Crisis on Infinite Earths, Part 2. This movie starts out with a Batman from Earth 3 who feels guilty for the death of the Flash and everyone in his universe. It's a Batman who's untrustworthy of the sidekicks he never trained, but that the Batmans in other universes trained. Damian Wayne, Batman Beyond, and Dick Grayson all try to take down the Joker and Killer Croc together, but the Batman always interferes before they deliver the final punch, as if he didn't trust that these caped sidekicks wouldn't kill. We also get the origin story of how Kara and the Monitor met. Kara's story in this is a continuation of her story arc in Legion of Superheroes, if I'm not mistaken. Monitor keeps Kara from reuniting with her superhero friends to alert her of a rising threat to all universes. But in reality, my boy Monitor wanted Kara to himself, and even gave her a part of his life force. My man's was in love, at least I think so. In the previous Crisis on Infinite Earths review, I complained about not knowing Harbinger's storyline and where she came from. But Part 2 thankfully explained that, so we Gucci now. Because her appearance in Part 1 was out of nowhere, I was so confused. We're also introduced to Psycho Pirate, who's just pure evil with an awesome superpower. My mans can control people. At some point he's able to control Aquaman and the Third Reich into teaming up and doing his bidding. Or he's like a natural empath or something like that, I don't know. Talk about evil. What I don't understand is why the does the Monitor allow him to be a part of his team of superheroes? My mans is a known villain and manipulator. Why the would he choose him? I need to read the comic. Maybe it's different from the movie or provides more backstory and character depth. Another issue I had with this movie is that there's so many heroes and none of them are main characters. Maybe Kara and Psycho Pirate because they get the most screen time and they have a whole character arc in Part 2 of Infinite Crisis. But the movie starts out with Batman and his relationship with the sidekicks. Then the Monitor and Kara. Then we're introduced to this guy, and then this guy, and then this guy. I'm just confused by the characters and their importance in the story. Again, it's probably better explained in the comics, or the importance of these characters will be revealed in Part 3. But I just found myself scratching my head in confusion. We're introduced to the Anti-Monitor, even though I thought the way he was named was a little underwhelming, and some of the dialogue in the movie is questionable. But also, if that's taken straight out of the comic, maybe it makes sense because sometimes dialogue from comics doesn't translate that well on the big screen. The third act really picked up the pace though and was entertaining to watch. Batman and his sidekicks start turning on one another and kicking each other's ass. John Constantine finally remembers his true identity, which by the way, is that the same Constantine from Justice League Dark Apocalypse? And that final battle between our favorite heroes versus the Anti-Monitor, what a great finale. I also enjoyed Kara's story arc and how she is depicted as a tragic hero, like Anakin Skywalker. The way she was manipulated by Psycho Pirate and the Anti-Monitor to betray Monitor. I definitely have to read the original comic though, to get a sense of how faithful the movie is, and get an in-depth understanding of the story. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be posting more videos like this one.
Pull up in that mask where you just want some fanfare. These days humble come